Hello, welcome to my channel. Thanks for clicking this video. In today's tutorial, I'd like to show you how I created this amazing birthday flyer in Photoshop. So all you have to do is to follow me step by step so that you can get everything right. And if at all you want to follow this tutorial, I'll be placing the link of the resources used in the description so you can go ahead and download them. So in the first place, let's go ahead and create our new document. So we click on File and click on New. Guys, if at all you want to subscribe to this tutorial, make sure you hit on the bell notification button as well. And guys, the rate for this flyer is 1080 pixels, while the height lies at 1080 and the resolution 300. Then we click on Create. Alright, so this one, let's click on Unlock to unlock the layer, and then we go to Effects to choose our gradient overlay. Alright, so the color code for the gradient overlay on the right side is D20404, while the color code on the left side happens to be FACC22. Alright, so we click OK here. So what we have to do next is to bring in our image and add some touches to it. So place link, click on place link, and then we place our image. So I have my image all the way here. Right, so I click on place, and I'll click here, and I'll go ahead and choose my selection tool, quick selection tool, and make sure it's on quick selection tool, and then click on select subject. As you can see, this one is a very plain image, it's a complex one, so you have to click on the select subject and it will automatically select it for us. I'm actually using a Photoshop version of 2020, so it might run a bit slow, and my RAM is not all that big, so it might run a bit faster for you. It is taking longer than it should be. Oh, this one is taking more longer, way too longer than it should be. Alright, so it has been selected, so you have to click on the mask to mask it, layer mask to mask it. And now, as you can see, we have to do away some patterns around the image. So we click on filter and choose others and choose minimum, and make sure we choose a roundness, and the radius is around 1.0. and we click OK. Alright, so with this, let's right click and convert to smart objects. You right click and choose convert to smart objects, and now let's go to filter to brighten up the image a bit. So we go to filter and click on camera raw filter. We will have to brighten up the image a bit because this is a birthday flyer and it's supposed to pop up really good. So with this, let's go ahead and then click on the highlight and add a bit of highlight to it, and add a small amount of contrast to it. And now let's move on to texture and add a bit of texture as well to it, and do the same for clarity. And then we can as well reduce the white. And then we click on OK. So as you can see, we are successfully brightening up the image a bit. So let's see the before and after for this. So Ctrl Z to go back, Ctrl Shift Z. So as you can see, before and after, it's actually looking good. So let's go ahead and place our next resource. So we click on File, and then we actually choose this resource here. So I have the resource all the way here. Alright, so I think this is the resource I used. And now with this, let's make sure we place it on the background like this. And now let's actually click to enlarge it. Guys, make sure you subscribe to my channel. It will mean a lot to me, and YouTube can recommend this video to other graphic designers. We all need it, guys. So subscribing will mean a lot to me. Alright, so with this, let's go to the blending options and choose and choose a soft light for this. Let's choose a soft light for this, and now let's go ahead to filter and choose a blur and choose Gaussian blur. So you just have to blur it a bit small like this, and I will click on OK. So as you can see, we are having this particular shape here, so let's try and then create that shape. So we actually click on our pen tool and choose a curvature pen tool, and now let's click here and click this part, and now let's click here as well and click here, click here. Now let's go to path. It's already on path, so let's go to our brush, click on brush and choose a hard brush. Let's choose a hard brush and make sure the size is actually on 90% also. Then we will have to click on the pen tool again and click on layer, create a new layer, right click on this and choose stroke path. So stroke path and make sure it's on brush, then we click OK. Sorry, Control Z to go back. Let's actually choose a white color for this. Alright, so you right click and choose stroke path and click OK. Alright, so better still, you can also edit this in so many ways, but this, as you can see, this one was different, it's different a bit. So we will be going with this, and now let's go to our blending options and choose an overlay for this. And if at all you don't want this particular thing to show here, you just have to click on your pen tool and choose shape. Alright, so it will be off right now like this. So the next resource we have to place, let's go to place file and then place our next resource. Alright, then so we have our next resource all the way here. Guys, sorry for the background noise. I'll be working on this. I keep saying that. So with this, let's actually increase the size of this, enlarge it to fit the actual document. Now let's go to the blending options. Before then, let's click here so that we can actually work with the blending. And let's move all the way and choose a color dodge. We can actually choose a soft light, so let's choose a soft light for this. Alright, so choosing a soft light for this, and now you will have to duplicate this image, so Ctrl J to duplicate the image, and now let's actually Ctrl J to duplicate the image. Now let's click on this one and then shift it to this part, and it shouldn't be of the same size as this, so let's reduce the size of this, reduce the size, and now let's actually press Ctrl J to duplicate as well. Now let's move this one to this side. Make sure you can use your arrow keys on keyboard, or as well use your mouse to drag it all the way to this area. So now let's go ahead and place our next resource. So we click on file and we click on place link, and now I have my next resource here. You just have to select a part of this, and that is all. Alright, so with this, let's actually place this here, and now let's choose our marquee tool, rectangle marquee tool, and then draw like this. And now make sure you press on Control and then use your up arrow key, and then it will select like this, and then right click and choose layer via copy. And now whilst we've copied this, let's close this, and this one you will have to turn it this way. Alright, so, and then push it up like this and click on this correct icon, and then let's go to filter and choose a blur and choose motion blur for it as well. So the motion, the distance should be around, let's say 10 to 15 will be okay. This one is actually on 14. I'll be putting the resources in the description so you can go ahead and download this. So with this, let's actually click on this particular image, and now we will have to click on layer, create a new layer, and now let's click on this color panel here and choose the foreground color like this. And now we have to choose our brush tool, and then make sure a soft round brush is being selected, and then with your bracket keys on your keyboard, open the brush like this. And now let's brush this area off like this, and now go to filter and go to blur, go to Gaussian blur, because this one is actually popping up too much. You don't need it to pop up much like this, so something small like this will be okay. And now the next thing you have to do is to choose our type tool, horizontal type tool, and type in birthday. But before then, let's make sure white color is being selected. And open it, open the size of the brush and type in day. So caps lock is off, and then we type in our day, Control A, and choose a font. I use a Contact font for this display, and now we have to choose a Contact font, and now open this all the way up like this, and then place it here. And now let's actually you have to type in our the bet, so BIRTH, and then with this, let's make sure it's on capital, so caps lock and type capital B, Control A to highlight. And now we have to reduce the size of this. You have to reduce the size all the way down, and let's place it here. Alright, so as you can see, our design is actually looking good already. So we will have to choose the day, and then press Control A to highlight everything, and then Control D to select. We actually Control A to highlight it and choose the center alignment as we did, and Control D to deselect. And now let's shift the birth down a bit like this, and we have to type in our 2025. And with this one, I use a different font, which is MTN Brighter Sans. If you have been following my tutorial, you can see I actually love that particular font. It's actually nice. So this, and then reduce the size and type in 25th January. If at all you want to move on the next line while typing, you have to press enter, and then it will move on the next line, Control A. So now we have to type in our January, Control A to select everything. And now let's choose our MTN Brighter Sans font. So we actually have to choose a medium font for this. Alright, then let's go to this particular character, and then reduce the font for this. And then let's press here, and then let's send this back, and 5th January, and then bring it all the way here, Control A to select everything. Or let's actually use a Contact font for this one too. And the MTN Brighter Sans, we'll be using it for the glorious birthday rather. Alright, so let's increase the size a bit. Alright, it's not nice, so let's use the MTN Brighter Sans. Let's use the MTN Brighter Sans rather, and choose. Let's set it on medium, or let's set it on bold or italic, and reduce the size a bit. Bold or italic will fit well. So this, and now let's open this a bit. Open this up. This is actually a very simple tutorial. And if actually you love this tutorial, don't hesitate to subscribe to my channel so you can recommend this video to other graphic designers. And let's pick our type tool and type in the glorious, so GLO, glorious, Control A, and now let's choose an light italic font for this, and reduce the the font size a bit. So let's choose our move tool, and then press Ctrl A and choose center alignment to align everything in the middle. As you can see, we have successfully designed this particular flyer in Photoshop. If actually you've loved this, don't hesitate to subscribe to my channel so you can recommend this video to other graphic designers. Thank you for watching my video.